So I got racially fucking profiled today. Like, not racially profiled, racially persecuted. I got racially persecuted today. And I make the joke, like, I feel like it should have been on my bucket list well before today. But, bruh. Bruh, this bitch, this demon inside this fucking little crackhead wanted to call me a white bitch today, right? Well, actually, how it started was I was on the bus, okay? And my bag, the bus stopped real hard, and one of my bags tipped over and my rock stars fell out. And one rolled up to the seat in front of me to this woman who sat down. And when she first sat down, she was just being ignorant. And the guy that was sitting kind of like, what the fuck is this called? When it's, you know what I'm saying, okay? He was sitting kind of the other side and a little back, okay? Like a seat back. And he tapped me when I pulled out my cigarettes. And it was funny, too, because when I pulled out my cigarette pack and I looked in it, like, all right, this is how it all started. I get up to the bus, right? And I already had this feeling. I had this feeling like something, I had four bags with me, okay? And they were heavy. And it's generally I walk home. Like, I don't have a problem. You know, I use them to work my guns. But today it was just a little much, and I knew I wasn't going to make it home. And without either one of the bags breaking or, you know, whatever. So I get to the bus stop, and there's a line of fucking people to get on this bus. And I'm like, fuck. Not the fact that it was a line, but as soon as I walked up, there was like this feeling. And then I went to go ask the bus driver to make sure that it was the way I needed to go. And I go to stick my head in, and this dude, right? There's like 2 or 3 people, and then this dude right at the door, and he's like blocking me so I can't just get my head in. I'm like, I'm not trying to skip you, bro. Like, I gotta ask a question, right? Confirmation, I don't know what the fuck that was. But, so then I get, like, the guy in front of me had like this big suitcase. And I had asked him, I said, are you in line? He said, yeah. I said, okay. I got behind him, and I'm waiting. This woman goes up on one of those scooters. She gets on, and he gets on. He's having trouble with his luggage. Like, I'm just noticing all these things that are like red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, right? And so I get on the bus anyway. And the guy sits, like I said, to the side and one seat back. And he goes, and I get I'm sitting there with my bags on my shoulder for a while because I was just terrified to move them because I knew that spot was going to be in a lot of pain. I don't know if you could see it, but so it took me a minute. And then once we got onto the street we needed to get onto, I moved my bags and I said, okay, I'm going to give myself this break. I go to pull out a cigarette while the one pack that I had left had one cigarette in it, and it was the one that had like this tear in it or whatever. And and so I heard him, because I could feel his energy, like it was very much directed in my direction, okay? How many cigarettes is she gonna have in there? That's the way it felt. And then I looked at it, and there was one, and I heard him go, right? So I'm like, yeah, he definitely wants a cigarette. And I'm like, great. I didn't see his face. Like, I didn't look at his face too much when I even asked him if he was getting on the bus. So it was like, I don't know. So then I went and I pulled out another pack, like, and I felt like he was relieved after that. So, and then all of a sudden I feel a tap, right? And I'm like, yes. And he's like, do you have another one of those? Could I get one of those? And I was like, he said something about, what's the term it's used? Just getting released, just out of recovery. I'm just out of recovery. And I'm like, okay, here's 2 cigarettes, right? And he's like, thank you. And I'm like, yeah, cool. And I was like, should I say congratulations? And he goes, no, it was a failed attempt. And I was like, well, you got to fail to succeed. It's all good. Like, don't sweat it. You know, I think everybody has been there. You know, nobody gets out of this life without failing. Eat drugs, alcohol. We've all done it. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. And me and him are in this conversation. And all of a sudden, the little crack-headed woman comes in. Well, actually, this chick with glasses came in first. And then she sat down right in front of me, the crackhead. And immediately, she starts on him about his luggage being in the aisle. And now she's the motherfucking bus monitor. Okay, the bus monitor from hell. The demonic bus monitor from hell. Okay, talking about how his luggage shouldn't be there. It is a law. Da-da-da-da-da, blah, 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 blah. And she's going on and on and on. And he looks at her and he goes, I'm getting off on the next stop. Don't worry. And I look at him like, why the fuck are you explaining yourself to some fucking crazy? I mean, I didn't say this, but this is what I'm thinking, That's like, and we were in our own conversation. And then she goes to him after he said that. She goes, well, I wasn't even talking to you. You were talking about him. You know what I'm saying? Which is exactly what I said when I attacked her about me, when she came after me. So she's like, I'm talking to my friend. This is important later. So then, she went back to talking to her, the woman behind him that came in first. And him and I went kind of back to our conversation. And then my bag, the bus stopped real quick and my bag fell over and my Rockstar fell out and it fell in front of the woman that she was sitting next to. She randomly sat down next to. And she goes to her, not knowing her, she goes, don't even pick that up for her. And I go, excuse me? I'm like, what, lady, what is your problem? And she goes, I don't know, she rambled on about something or other. And I was like, drugs. This is drugs. Stop doing drugs. Like, this is the problem with the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then she calls me a white bitch. This white bitch. And I was like, oh, we're getting racial? Are we getting racial right now? Like, oh. And then she goes, it's 93% black people on this bus. We'll kick your ass. I was like, you're not going to incite all these black people to kick my ass because you attacked me racially. No. I highly doubt anybody on this bus would back you up. And then she goes, you fucked with the wrong one. And I go, you are fucking with the wrong one, bro. You don't understand me. You do not understand me. Like, and then I had to pull it back. Because I realized I'm dealing with a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? So that, when I said it too, I was like, drugs. This is drugs. This is what is the problem with the fucking world. And she goes, she's on drugs. She's the one doing drugs. Talking about, I'm on drugs. Oh, it's been a day. It's been a fucking day. I'm not even gonna lie. It's been a day. It's been an interesting type of day. So, and I just feel like she just, I shut up because it's like, bitch, you're just gonna rail. You just want my energy. I'm not gonna keep giving it to you. I don't give a fuck about you. You do not make a difference in my life, but never call me a white bitch. If you're gonna call me something, I'm olive. I'm olive. I'm Italian. I'm an olive skin bitch. Not fucking... Yo, but I make the joke too that my feminine side is very white girl. And my masculine side is very black man. And I feel like the black man inside of me was recognized, but the white girl inside of me was criticized. And I don't know. I feel like it should have been on my bucket list before today. Check. Be racially persecuted. Check. All right, that's all I wanted to say.